right, we're going to continue on this morning with our media availabilities. We're now joined by Ross Chastain, driver of the #1 Trackhouse Racing Chevrolet. If you have a question for Ross, please raise your hand. We will get a wireless microphone to you. We're going to start with Cam.
Cameron Richardson, NASCAR.com. Ross, this track was sort of your breakthrough finishing cup with that runner-up in 2021, and now that you're the defending winner here, just what does this track mean to you for your career?
Yeah, it's wild. This town means a lot for our team. So to start there, this is where Justin moved his family and had this idea of Trackhouse, and he put it all into motion. And Ty moved over, and they curated this idea of this Cup team and how it would change the sport. And so to come back, well, at that time when they were first in their first year of operation, and we ran second with Ganassi, to then come back and finish fifth and first with Trackhouse here, it's been great. It's been there's been some good parties at Tootsie's after these races, I can tell you.
Additional questions for Ross? Okay, we'll go to Nathan.
Nathan Solomon, Speed Sport. Ross, I don't know if you knew this or not. You have the second highest average finish in the series this season. I mean, only 2 top 5, 7 top 10, so kind of a two-parter here. What do you think's allowed you guys to run, I guess, so consistently, but at the same time, what more do you feel like you need to contend for more top 5s and wins?
Just a little bit more speed. Just when we make a lap, if it's whatever lap time it is right now, if it could be a half-tenth quicker, just a little bit of balance, a little bit more turn, a little bit more rear grip on entry, whatever it is, front grip on exit, rear grip on exit, just like start to finish each lap, it just needs to be a little bit more, and that puts us in that next group. Now, the entire sport is trying to do that. It doesn't matter if you're leading, you want to be that half-tenth better. If you're 30th, you want to be that half-tenth better. So for us, I feel like we're a really consistent 10th place car, and a good restart and we go to 6th, and a bad restart and I go to 14th. So yeah, it's just a little bit, it's just crumbs now, is what we're looking for to get to that top 5. And then you see it with top 5s, then you win. You put yourself in position. Yep.
Okay, let's go next to John Newby.
John Newby, alt driver. So I know with your career you've kind of had to fight your way numerous times. Now you're in a more stable position. I was curious with what the people at Stewart Haas are going through. From driver's perspective, how much of an impact does that have, week by week on the track as you're preparing, as you're considering different moves you might make on the track?
You can't, there's nothing else to really do on track. I mean, you can't drive in the corner any harder. You can't have a better restart. You can't make any more lap time. In my experience, I was a lot more social in those times. I was at events that I knew that like different industry things were happening, and I was out. I was trying to, the lower levels of truck and Xfinity and back of the pack cup, like I was trying to go to lunch where I knew the crew chiefs went, and I would stop by the shop and just pop in. Like a lot of those truck and Xfinity teams, the doors aren't locked. You can just walk into the shops. That's probably shouldn't say that out loud, but during the day, if you're there and you're not supposed to be there, they will ask you to leave. But as a driver that was bouncing around team to team, I would go in around a little half hour before lunch, talk to somebody I knew in the shop, try to get to the crew chief or the general manager, and you going to lunch? All right, let's go. Yeah, as I had nothing going on, I'm looking for a job, so that was my mentality back then. It changed. Obviously, I never walked into the CGR shop or anything like that. Of course, I wanted to drive there years before I did, but you can't get in. So, yeah, it's on track though. They're not able to, you can't do anything more. We're all trying every time. So I've got obviously long-term contract, and I'm not driving into the restart easy by any means. I'm looking for a gap.
Blake Smith, Cromwell Media. Ross, Chevrolet has won every Cup race that has been here. Is that just coincidence, or is it something that really fits Chevrolet's program?
It's no coincidence. Yeah, from the Gen 6 car to Gen 7, we've came here and had speed. We've not led all the laps by any means. There's been other people that have led laps and have looked like they're going to be stronger, but at the ends of the races, we've really came on strong. We saw that last year when it went to nighttime. Our car really came alive. In 21, it was a day race, and we were really strong at the end. And there's a lot of nuances about this track and this race that feel like a mile and a half until you get to the corner, and then you're heavy braking, downshifting, where it feels like a Kansas or what Kentucky used to be, where you carried a lot more speed. But that little bit of distance out of the track, I haven't ever actually done the math, but it feels like it's only in the corners. So the corners feel tighter, so we're slowing down a lot more. So yeah, no coincidence though, for sure.
Okay, we'll go next to Lee Spencer in the middle.
Lee Spencer shares XM NASCAR Radio on catchfence.com. Is there one corner or spot at the Chicago Street Course that appears more difficult than others?
How many turns are there? 20? 20 of them. I swear, I didn't have a comfortable corner there last year, so I just couldn't be comfortable. Like, I wasn't right off the bat, and it never came throughout the race. So, yeah, looking for a lot more there, and just being comfortable with it. So, I've had a year to wrap my head around what that was like, those concrete canyons between the walls, and yeah, I had them all were difficult.
Have you been able to lean on SVG at all just to kind of pick his brain on how you might improve your game there?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time together, a lot of time running. The guy's huge into running, so if I want time with him, I go run, and we meet, and him and I and Nick Sanchez, we just go run and talk, and then usually we start running fast enough that I run out of air to talk with, so I got to use it to breathe. But yeah, it is. It's so great. He's just such a great guy, and yeah, he's little tidbits here and there, and then there's just so much data we can look at. So I can learn just as much hearing from him as I can looking through his stuff and how he made speed compared to me. And it's confidence. A lot of it's confidence, and it's intentionally placing the car where he wanted to place it. And I was trying to place the car just kind of between the walls, and he was placing it at the wall, maximizing left and right. Easy to say it, really hard to do it.
All right, Ross, we appreciate you coming in, and good luck here this weekend.
Thank y'all.
All right, there's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.